I wanted to touch with both of you to just see what kind of final thoughts do you want to leave with the audience? Because this is a big, complicated question. And I'm really curious what sorts of final impressions you'd like to walk away with tonight.
Well, I I would like people to, and I think by and large, society is moving in this direction. I think we're moving away from the notion that people who sell sex are the bad people in the situation, right? I think there are instances where sex workers are victims and they need to be cared for, definitely, and justice needs to be served for however they were harmed by the industry. That said, I think I would like to see people moving away from this idea of sex workers as people who need to be criminalized. That's the biggest thing, right? Whether it's legalization or decriminalization, the people selling sex aren't the people who are doing any harm here. The people who are getting harmed are the people selling sex most of the time. Uh, so I think that that's what I want people to leave with is just this notion that what's happening right now, the current system, it's not working. It's harming sex workers and it's overwhelmingly harming people of color and marginalized people. And that's not okay. We gotta change that. That's not acceptable.
Totally
Yeah,
co-signed. Johnny, how about you?
yeah, and I would piggyback on that. I think that society is looking at things a little bit differently than they used to, than we used to, and a change is needed. And that change needs to include not demonizing the sex workers out there. Um, just like Arden said, I don't know what the answer is, but something needs to happen. And careful, cautious, researched, data driven approaches to solving what ultimately is um, a problem with the way we mistreat human beings is that's the focus there, because you're not going to stop people from selling sex. It's just never going to happen. So let's figure out a way to make it so that everyone is consenting, and that everyone is protected in the best possible way we can. And maybe that's a societal change. I know it's a societal change, but it's also a legal change as well. So I'm going to be staying tuned to this issue, and conducting research as a result of preparing for this show has gotten me interested in the question. And hopefully, when more data comes out, I will read it, and I will incorporate it to my already very undetermined determinations as to what the right thing to do is.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
I've said this more than once tonight, but the more I learn, the more I'm convinced
yeah,
I don't know anything about this issue.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that very cheery note, I do want to say again just how grateful I am to have had both of you on this show. The amount of work that went into it, and I think these are incredibly important issues. So thank you everybody for joining us, for working to wrap your head around some of these things, and I do hope that you will stay a part of the debate, that you will keep your eyes open to what's going on in the world, and do what you can to make this a slightly better place.